Welcome back everyone, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. We're a Florida family who absolutely loves to fish, and we're bringing you along on all of our adventures. So hop on board, grab your rods, and let's see what today has in store. Let's go fishing. Today we decided to fish underneath the bridge. The waves were just a little too rough for my liking. And since I'm definitely prone to seasickness, days like this mean we stick to the intercoastal. Jackson was the first one to hook up. Since he was near the front of the boat, we were a little worried about getting tangled under the anchor line, so we had to pause filming for a moment, get everything untangled, and move him to the other side of the boat. Once we got it in, he ended up landing a bonnethead shark.
Bonnethead sharks are one of the smallest species of hammerhead sharks. They get their name from the shovel-shaped head and are commonly found in shallow coastal waters around Florida. They mostly feed on crabs, shrimp, and small fish. And fun fact, they're one of the only sharks known to eat seagrass.
Next, things got a little hectic. We had two lines go off at the same exact time, and it quickly turned into a bit of a mess, trying to untangle everything while still keeping tension on both fish. Matt ended up landing a jack, which we plan to use for bait in our crab traps. Mine took a little bit longer to reel in. At first, we had no idea what it was. It had taken lots of line. Then it kept heading straight for the bridge pilings, trying to break me off. But eventually we got it closer to the boat and realized it was a big stingray.
Stingrays use their powerful wings to glide along the bottom and can put up a serious fight. Their barb is used strictly for defense, not hunting, and they're actually very docile unless stepped on or threatened. We caught a couple more jacks to use as bait for the crab traps.
We also thought we'd try to have Hunter catch us some extra bait, but he was feeling a little crabby himself today. Finally, we hooked into something we could take home, a mangrove snapper. Mangrove snappers have to be a minimum of 10 inches to keep. Honestly, in most situations, we probably would have thrown this guy back, but at this point, we had nothing in the box for dinner. So we decided we would turn this one snapper into a meal for 4. Since we only had the one snapper, we decided we would make snapper ceviche. For this recipe, we needed to fully fillet the fish and remove the pin bones. Hang tight, we'll be in the kitchen in no time whipping up a fresh, delicious snack.
We're in the kitchen. We've got our snapper all cut up. We've got all of our ingredients for our ceviche cut up. We're going to put it together. Okay, so we're going to cover our fish with lime juice. And you just got to cover it up so you can stick it in the fridge and it'll turn white. And then it's ready to go. Mix the other ingredients, call it a day. So we'll just do enough to cover it. When we get close, it's almost there, so we won't need all the limes. But we're going to use our orange, a little Florida citrus. Adds a little sweetness to it. And that'll be good because I'm going to put a lot of jalapeno in it so that it has some spice. What do you want me to say? Alright, so we're going to squeeze that in. Just stir it up a little bit. And it's going to start changing color. You'll see a little whiteness on that pink snapper fillet meat. But we'll put it in the fridge. Alright, so we took our fish out of the fridge. You can see it's mostly turned all the way white. Some is still a little pink, but it's okay. I like it that way. So we're just going to add our stuff, stir it up, and give it a little taste. And then I usually let it sit a little bit longer so that everything kind of gets that flavor in there. So add some jalapeno, some red pepper, some white onion. I'm not going to do all that. We'll see. And then cilantro. So we'll mix this up. Look how nice that looks. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, all right, so last thing left to do is give it a taste. I'll try and get a little bit of everything on there. Looks good. Fish looks good.
Next up, crab traps. We honestly weren't very hopeful since we left the traps with minimum bait the last time we checked them. But to our surprise, we still ended up with a good amount of claws. We have 5 traps in the water as of right now. Technically, we could have more, but this is about all we can manage right now. I don't think we filmed all 5 traps, but the first trap had a nice crab, but the claws were just shy of the legal size, so we threw them back. We are rebaiting our traps today. We're using some of those jacks that we just caught as well as some chicken legs. But the next trap let us keep both claws. Here you're watching Hunter try to have the crab naturally release its claw by using the knife to pierce the joint between the claw and the body so they naturally release it without harming the crab. We also caught a few blue crabs in the traps, but honestly, they probably weren't that big, so we ended up throwing them back. But those blue colors are always beautiful to see. One of the later traps, it was either the third or the fourth, had a jumbo claw, and this guy was enormous. As soon as we got home, we cooked the crab claws right away. It's best to cook them immediately, and then you can store them in the fridge afterward. We rinse them off in the sink, boil them for about 8 to 9 minutes, and then immediately transfer them into an ice bath to stop the cooking. We serve them with melted butter and a squeeze of fresh lime juice, our favorite way to eat them. We hope you all enjoyed this video. We sure do love making them. If you enjoyed this kind of family, fishing, cooking, and crabbing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a positive comment. It really helps support the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.